her mother's death. It was one of her mother's relatives who brought the news. As soon as he mentioned that her mother had died, she sprinted out of the house without carrying even a pin. She was supposed to take a kiki or a bike home, but she sprinted from her husband's village to her own village, a journey of about 40 minutes by bike. As soon as she reached, she paused. Plenty of people were already gathered. Some were wailing, while others were just seated with a hand under their jaws. She was sweating profusely, saying silent prayers for the whole thing to be a dream. "So it's true," she asked herself in tears, clawing her hair back and forth at a very fast pace. Then one of her uncles rushed to her and grabbed her, preventing her from going in. "Uncle, please leave me alone. Let me just go in and see my mother." "Don't worry, I'm fine. You don't need to do this," she said to him, but he ignored her. Donatus, he called at the top of his voice. Donatus was the name of his younger brother. They were both her mother's siblings. Uncle Donatus dashed out of the house, and as soon as he saw her, he started to yell at her. Sympathizers turned immediately, staring at them, wondering what was going on. "What are you doing here? She must not be allowed to go into the house. You evil child," her uncle thundered. She was confused on hearing that. She turned and looked around to see if someone else was present, but she was the only one with them. "What are you saying?" "I don't understand. Please let me go in and see my mother for the last time," she said, struggling to free herself from her uncle's grip. "No, go back to where you came from. Your mother's dying wish was to never allow you near or see her corpse. She already told you she was no longer your mother." "Is that true?" asked Uncle Donatus. "Yes, but she only said that because she was angry," she replied between sobs. "Since she mentioned it before she died, you're not allowed to participate in anything concerning her burial. You're not even allowed to see her corpse, not to talk of touching it. Go back to your husband's house and die there," her older uncle said. One of the sympathizers, who had been sitting and watching them, finally stood up and approached. When he noticed that things were not well, "Is everything fine?" he asked, looking at her uncles. "Yes, all is well. Please go back and sit. It's a family matter," Uncle Donatus said, and the man turned swiftly and left for his seat. Then Uncle Donatus turned to her. "It is better you leave now because your mother will soon be taken out to be buried. I'll advise you to go back to your husband's house because it is forbidden for you to see it," he said. She tried all she could to at least beg her mother's corpse so her spirit could forgive her, but she was prevented. When she refused to leave, she was then shoved away by both of them, and they ended up telling some guys around to make sure she was seen off to the boundary. They were still on their way to the boundary when she started hearing her name from afar. It was the voice of